What do you want to know all the way down from? All right, I'm Chief Small with the Maryland State Police. My ID number 7676. Let you know everything's been off visual record, okay?
Okay.
Just know I see your firearm. Just don't reach for the firearm, okay? Got your driver's license, registration card. The reason I stopped you is for the tint on the windshield, okay? You got a Maryland carry permit?
Yes, sir.
If you mind, I'm just gonna open the door for a second, okay?
What?
Just open the door. I'm gonna grab the firearm, okay?
Why?
Run it just to make sure, okay?
You know it's a violation, right?
Say it again.
Alright, so for those who aren't familiar with what's happening in the video, what happened is this guy got pulled over by a Maryland state trooper. Alright, which is normal. That's what they are. They're effectively police, but for the highways of all of Maryland. Alright, however, this is a rookie mistake that most cops make. And what I always tell people in my concealed carry class is how to handle an officer during a traffic stop, especially while you're either concealed carrying or while you're in possession of a firearm inside the vehicle. So the first thing I always tell them is, when it comes to a lot of these officers, the moment they hear the word gun or they see a firearm or they see your concealed carry holder, they immediately lose their crap. They immediately just go straight from 0 to 60. And usually these guys tend to be new like this. They tend to be new, fresh out of the academy, and just super hyped up, amped up, ready to go. All right. And this officer, well, he made a fatal rookie mistake, which is you illegally searched and see. Well, you legally went to somebody's vehicle because there's only one way you can get inside that car. Well, really 3 ways. First one is probable cause. The second one being a warrant. The third one being consent. Now, he don't got a warrant. We know it for a fact. He didn't have consent because the guy never expressed it, but yet he still went into his vehicle. And you didn't have probable cause. The reason being is because you pulled him over for a traffic violation. His firearm, his concealed carry license had nothing to do with that traffic violation. So this is clearly an illegal search and seizure of the vehicle, because you can't enter it without one of those 3, and you didn't have one of those 3. So this is a classic case of how you make some money off of a ignorant state trooper. But let's let the video continue to play.
You coming in my vehicle is a violation. You know that, right?
I'm just letting you know I'm running the serial number on the firearm.
What?
Okay?
What for?
Just to make sure it aligns with the permit, okay?
And you think that's legal and lawful?
Yes, sir. Are you the registered owner of the firearm?
I am.
Okay.
You going outside of the scope of the pullover. You pulled me over for tint. That's a violation. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to come in my vehicle. All right.
Are you okay with me running your serial number?
All right. So I hate to stop it again, but him saying that, oh, I gotta run the firearm to make sure that's good. Again, the firearm had nothing to do with the reason why you pulled the guy over. You don't need to run it and check it to make sure it's okay, because it had nothing to do with your initial investigation, which was a traffic violation. Okay? The firearm has nothing to do with it. All you had to do was ask him, hey, sir, okay, I see you have a firearm. Where's your concealed carry permit? But then again, a lot of these cops don't even know what a concealed carry permit looks like, okay? Check out the video I made with my brother Marcellus on Instagram about what happened when he got confronted by law enforcement. They asked him for an HQL, and when he pulled out his concealed carry license, they didn't even recognize what it was. Okay, let me not interrupt the video. Let's let it play out.
You have no reason to do that. You pulled me over for tint, sir.
So I'm going to put the firearm back. Are you okay with me?
Yes.
Open your door.
Now you can and put it back where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
There's no reason for all this.
With Trooper Smalls returning the firearm to its original location, it would be nearly impossible to argue that its seizure was for officer safety. Unfortunately for Tim, however, this wouldn't be the end of the issue.
Alright, just hang tight for me. I'll be right back with you.
Okay, I said I was gonna let it play out, but unfortunately, we gotta talk on that. All right, so check this out. Now the state trooper. This is a rookie mistake. They let this guy out of the academy too soon. He gotta go back and do another. He gotta go back and do at least another 4 months because he goofed up now twice. All right. Okay, so now you lost the argument to say that, hey, babe, you fear for your life. You just weren't sure. You want to be safe. If you're gonna make an original assessment, you might as well stick to it, because now you put the firearm back. So you re-entered his vehicle without his consent again. You then put the firearm back, which then defeats the original purpose of why it is you took it in the first place. Illegally, let me remind you. But now it defeats the purpose. Now you have no argument whatsoever. The guy recording this video is about to get a bag, alright? If you wonder why your taxes are so high, it's because this guy who recorded this video just became a millionaire. Because this state trooper goofed up now twice. All right, he has the best civil case ever. I hope I get this state trooper to pull me over, because man, we gonna make some money off of dudes like this. Let's let it play.
Okay.
Trooper Barlow responds shortly after.
All right, can you put that window down for me?
It's down.
Sir?
Huh? It's down. I can hear you.
All right. How do you open this? The fact that you have a firearm in the car and you're doing all of this, it puts us at unease, okay? So the only thing we want to do is just check the firearm registration, just make sure it's good to go, okay? That's all it is. Nothing else to it. All right, so if you mind opening up the door so I can get the firearm.
This stop has nothing to do with a firearm. You
Where's the
can't
sergeant?
turn this into something it's not.
That's not a
Do you
sergeant.
understand? I own a security company, and I understand, how the law works.
Firearms are always out, not traced and not tracked, right? So that's what all we're trying to do is make sure everything.
First off, I have a Second Amendment right to own my firearm.
Okay.
I have a Maryland permit that's valid. You checked it.
Okay,
He
you have a
has
Maryland
it.
permit. That doesn't mean that firearm is registered. So if you open up this door so I can verify that registration of that firearm, we could go about our business. Sir,
What?
open the door.
Under a threat of arrest.
Open the door.
Under threat of arrest.
Open the door.
And I'm going to sue you in open court.
Open the door.
You're extending the stop.
Okay, because you're reaching right now, and we know there's a firearm in the car, so do not make this thing worse.
I don't like this guy at all, bro. Bro, stop.
Open the door up. Open the door.
This is illegal.
Open the door.
This is illegal.
Get out. Because you're doing more than it needs to be. Get out of the car.
This is illegal. Stop.
Get out of the car.
An illegal search and seizure of my property.
At least have one in the chamber so you're ready to use it, okay? Having it not in the chamber delays the reaction for you to be able to use it, okay?
I know how to use it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. First off, my guy who recorded this video, you got the wrong ammo on your firearm. I am tired of seeing videos where you guys are doing your firearm thing. You got the wrong ammo on your firearm. Where are your hollow points? You got now the state trooper gotta go back and do another 4 months. You gotta do your 16-hour class all over again, preferably with Tier 1 Academy, because you shouldn't have ballpoints in your concealed carry firearm. Okay, as your personal defense ammo. You're gonna hit everybody and their grandmother. But I digress. Ultimately, here's what I tell all my students that concealed carry in my concealed carry certification courses, and that is never, ever, 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 ever consent to a search of your vehicle. The reason being, if an officer is searching through your vehicle or wants to search your vehicle, he's not doing that to help you. He's doing that to try and find something to use against you and to hurt you. And if you consent to a search of your vehicle, if you do not plead the fifth, which is the right to not self-incriminate or testify against yourself, and you give him consent to go through your vehicle and he finds something, he can use that as evidence in court against you. But if he did not have one of three things that he needs, which is your consent, a warrant, or probable cause to go through your vehicle, it doesn't matter what he finds. It cannot be used in court. It's inadmissible because he obtained it illegally, unless he obtained it through one of the three means. Which, by the way, here in the state of Maryland, if an officer smell, maybe just Baltimore City, I could be wrong. All right, I got fact check me. But last I was informed, even if an officer smells marijuana in your vehicle, that is no longer probable cause. But if you give him consent to go through your vehicle and he finds marijuana, especially over a certain amount, now you're getting hit with that possession with intent to distribute. So to avoid all that, never ever consent to search your vehicle. And if an officer still proceeds to go through your vehicle without your consent, well, here's what you do. You don't stop him, because you interfere with him. That is illegal. You can get arrested for that. But do not try to stop him from going through your vehicle. Instead, you comply, you do not resist, and you say to the top of your lungs, I do not consent to the search of my vehicle. And then you start thinking of what vacation you're going to go on, because you are going to get paid because he violated your amendment rights. Illegal search and seizure. But what I know, I'm only a handgun instructor. This has been Aaron Hines of Tier 1 Academy, Instructor Hines of Tier 1 Academy. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Leave them down in the comment below. But other than that, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.